Okay. Um, Lance Hoyt turns heel and joins up with Christy Hemme, and all of a sudden at Victory Road, you have a woman of your own by your side.
Oh, who
Nikki Rocks.
who's that?
Roxy Laveaux.
Oh, yeah, her. Yeah, Roxy. No, she was a sweetheart of a girl too, and now she's into bodybuilding and she looks great. Not bodybuilding, but like fitness routines and stuff. She's in incredible shape. But she was a real sweetheart of a girl. The only reason we talked about that was to look. You can tell right now at this period of time they are trying as hard as they can with VKM, you know what I mean, or the James Gang, or whatever. There was 6 iterations, and none of them were successful. But it's not because of lack of trying. They're putting girls with us. They're putting other tag teams with us. They're having us argue over chauvinism. You know what I mean? Like they're trying everything they can, and it's just not working. And I'll gladly take some of that heat if some of that belongs to me. If they were horrible creative decisions, at least I could have done is try to perform them to the best of my ability. And I can assure you that I did not do that. I can assure you that I did what I had to do to get by and get back to my hotel and pass out again. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the viewers. That's my one regret is how, could I have been really good at this had I not been a raving lunatic? You know what I mean? And did I rob myself and the viewers of my best? And the answer is yes, I did. But again, that was yesterday. I know that tomorrow I will not do that. You know what I mean? I will give you my best, and I assure you of that. And once I started thinking straight, that my mentality went back to that. But the drugs and alcohol turned me into somebody that I wasn't.
At the time, there was a ban on man on woman violence in TNA.
Mm.
So there was no way to get your revenge on Hemi. Not that we advocate men hitting women, but as far as storyline purposes, you think that had to do with putting Roxy with you? Maybe she can get revenge?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And that's especially if they're going to have, maybe a 6-man in the future of Bashams and Hemi versus us and Roxy or whatever. And I don't even know if we did that. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But again, all of these things are true. You know what I mean? Or in my mind are true. It's like, yeah, they put them with her so you can have, we could be out there when she has a title match or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's just trying to throw more stuff at the wall to try to get this thing to work. And it was a fight in futility.
Again, looking back on it, kind of hard to put the pieces together, but this also adding a woman to your group kind of goes against what Billy's been doing this whole storyline.
hence the inconsistency. And
Right.
maybe this is where you use that question for the 3rd time. Is
What'd
there
you
a
say?
reason? Is there a
It
reason
fits
none of this
again.
makes sense?
Right.
Yeah,
V
it just didn't. It just none of it. You're right. None of it made sense. And that when you read that about like just burying everybody involved, like of course I kind of take that personally on the outside, but as I process it, it's a negative and delivered in a negative way, but
yeah.
they're facts. You know what I mean? It did no favors for anybody involved. And so that's true. You know what I mean? Whether truth hurts sometimes.
VKM gets the win over the Bashams at Victory Road. Were you happy to be moving on from them, or did you still
Basham's
not care?
Basham's no, I still didn't care. But Basham's must not have made a big imprint. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like we beat them on the first pay-per-view. Uh, they beat Billy. They beat Billy one, by himself, and then we just beat them.
you're the difference.
I
You are
well,
the difference.
they call me a difference maker. You know what I
Swear.
mean? That's what
Come on.
they call me.
Who's they?
No. Let's continue, please.
All right, let's knock out the end of '07 here. At Genesis, you and Billy aren't even wrestling, but managing Roxy in a four-way knockouts title
See
match.
there?
Are you happy to be in TNA at this point?
Yes, because I wasn't wrestling. I just had to stand out there, watch her wrestle. And I was still
Just
making the same money. So yeah,
same check,
like
less work.
I didn't
That's a
have
good promo.
I had priorities. They just weren't any of them right or in the right order.